And on this episode of Split Screen, we're watching Amadeus, where you ask yourself if someone had the gift of music and you didn't get it, how much we hate the person that did, especially if they laughed like the nanny. This is Split Screen. Hello, hello. Another episode of Split Screen. This is Tony.
And I'm Don.
And today we are recapping, reviewing Amadeus.
1984.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I was a sperm yet in my dad's balls.
No, but I'm sure he was thinking about it. How old was your dad think about that?
I think he was 23.
Yeah. Probably thinking about sex and movies.
Yeah, just that. Not kids. No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
23. You were born in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't even know what month this was,
I
though.
totally missed all these movies that,
Exactly.
you
And you see how you choose me out? I wasn't even beginning to be created into existence. And he's mad at me for not watching some of these movies.
there was a difference between, what you got exposed to and what I got exposed to.
Very different.
I got exposed to older movies because, even though we had a limited number of channels, they would show things like this.
Yes.
By the time you came around, if you were 84, you would have been 10 in 94 and then 16 in 98, 99, something like that. All this stuff was pretty much not shown on a regular basis anymore, or that was the end of it. So it's interesting that you didn't get exposed to things maybe to me. And it's kind of sad because this movie is incredible.
Yeah.
This is
Because I feel
one of my favorite movies.
I feel animation was really big. So I remember growing up watching a lot of Disney and like that type of stuff.
You had the
Land Before Time.
You had the post Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid was what brought him back. And then everybody was like, oh, we got to do, animation. So, there was American Tail.
Yep. I remember American Tail. Yeah. One of the ones I watched over and over.
There was the Don Bluth stuff.
What was there?
Came out. But
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
You weren't around for The Secret of Nim.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw it, but it was made before you were born.
Yeah, but I remember that one.
That would have got clumped in with the animation because that was a really high quality standard of that time.
Yeah, and honestly, if it wasn't for like Nick at Night, I would not know any old shows. But because it came on after Nickelodeon, I would see all the old shows.
That's so amazing to me.
I know so many of them.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to introduce you to these to movies like this.
Yeah.
Because
I've appreciated this
because they won't make them today.
No,
they'll make them, but they'll make them lesbian.
Yeah, or they'll make them and they won't be popular because they're so different and so off the norm.
Well,
yeah,
because this was, we'll get into our likes and dislikes, but today you would never have a movie written they would make. I'm completely serious. They would make Beethoven bisexual. They would, Mozart bisexual. Or at least allude to that. And his wife maybe even, bisexual as well. And then you wouldn't get that. It's almost like movies today. They don't want to make movies that make you feel bad, make you sad that something happened. Like solidarity. You never get characters like that anymore. And you don't even have actors that could do that kind of stuff. If you do, we don't see them anymore.
Yeah.
They're nowhere. But anyway.
There's less layers to things, yeah.
Oh, yeah. By far. So, give me your top three. What didn't you like about it?
What didn't I like?
Yeah. What didn't you like?
The only thing I'd say I wouldn't like, and it's not the fault of Amadeus, is that I would probably have not watched this otherwise. Like, my brain wouldn't be like, let me watch this dramatic version, this fictional battle between these two composers and their story. So that's the only thing I wouldn't be drawn to this naturally, which isn't a con of the movie. I'll start with stuff that are important. One, I loved Salieri as a character.
Oh, yeah.
I loved him as a character because he does one thing I think people don't do anymore, is that even if you vehemently hate someone, there's still a respect for their talents.
Yeah.
Like, as much as he couldn't stand him.
F. Murray Abraham, I mean, he pulled it off. I mean,
Mm.
he envied
Yeah.
Amadeus. He hated Amadeus,
Mhm.
but Amadeus was God.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, he's an amazing character. And he won an Academy Award for that.
Yeah. You
Which
should.
rightly deserved.
He was really good. He pretty much carried the film. I would say I don't know how much. With that being said, Mozart's character, I was like, did we just assume he was like this? Are there, like, stories that he like, I didn't know how. Okay, it was completely fictional. It was kinda made up.
No, no.
Okay.
There's obviously this took place hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, of course. So we really
There's
don't know.
only a limited amount, but they do know certain things about what happened. There were these people that existed.
Yeah.
There was rivalry back then. There are
Sure.
writings of things, but I mean, it is fictional. But I mean, the base that they made the fiction from
Mm.
is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Which, and yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree.
That being said, well acted. Was really well acted.
Yeah.
Beyond Slayer, everyone did a good job. Even though, like I said, I didn't know if Mozart was really like that. Even his character was good. You really got to see, even though he was so gifted, you also get to see behind the veil of what that gift means in terms of what's expected of you and the struggles he had. Because as gifted he was horrible with money. That's why his wife has all these issues because the guy can't keep cash.
Salieri was destroying him.
Yeah, that too.
Getting any money.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have been, maybe, I mean, on the court of the king at the time
Mhm.
if he hadn't been betrayed. But he was also bringing something new that they'd never heard.
Yeah. Which he was challenged on all the time, which I appreciate him for sticking by, like, his gift and understanding, but, I mean, at the same time, he's really kinda it was a multifaceted. The characters were multifaceted, which is good, and you don't get that.
No, no. I can't even remember the last time we got a movie like this, and I'm not gonna include those, remake those movies. I mean, the several movies about Queen Elizabeth that came
Oh
out.
gosh, there's so many.
They're dull.
Mhm.
I mean, they're acted by great actors,
Mhm.
actresses, but they're not anywhere. What was the one, The King's Speech?
Thanks. I avoid most of those
Make
movies.
it through that dreary, dull thing I mean, there's no life in them, and this movie had life.
Mhm.
A lot of life.
Yeah, so those are my 3. What are your 3?
Well, I'm gonna say F. Murray Abraham.
Mhm.
He is an amazing actor.
Yeah.
I love it where this was his story,
Mhm.
and, he had risen so high, and, I mean, he sold the old man makeup. I mean,
Yeah, he
'cause
did.
this is 1984. They did an amazing job, when he's in the insane asylum and he's telling a story to the priest.
Mhm.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You're in my case, I'm riveted. Every time he's on there and he's talking about it and what's happening, it was all believable. He sold it. He deserved everything. Yeah, and he's still acting. He was, the last thing I saw him in was, man,
We just watched
Vampire
Name of the
Diaries.
Rose. If you guys wanna see a review where the actor's in it.
He was in a vampire TV series. I can't
Oh.
remember The Strain.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Got issues with The Strain. He's great in it.
Mhm.
He's absolutely great in it. But The Strain itself,
Alright.
I have problems with it.
I did not fully watch it, so I don't know.
What else did I like about it? Just the design.
I mean,
It was I was reading that when they were doing the operas and things like that, a lot of it was lit by candles.
wow.
They really put a lot of detail
Yeah,
into the
historical details.
sets,
Yeah.
and it showed. I
Mhm.
mean, just absolutely gorgeous the entire time.
Yeah.
And I also love for my third one is the music.
Mhm.
Even though classical isn't something I would,
Yeah, same.
ever really listen to, in 1984, this movie introduced kids to Mozart,
Mhm.
and that stayed with me my entire life. And I was also, watching a thing. The movie plays out. They used Mozart's movie chronologically the entire time as the movie goes along. So it's
Okay.
kind of a musical. This movie is kind of a
Yeah,
musical.
I kinda felt that, yeah.
And I mean, yeah, to be introduced, that's why I call it, when in the thumbnail, I call it the pulp culture Mozart because
Mhm.
it's not really, but it's introducing Mozart in a pulp culture way because it will always be remembered.
Yeah, his portfolio of work.
His laugh, there's memes on the laugh and that kind of stuff. And I can go on. I mean, I definitely have more than 3 things to say about this film. But, you know, I can't praise this movie enough.
Yeah.
And I would wish that they would have something like this. I mean, I think part of the problem is we don't have something like this anymore is this movie made, I think it cost 14 million to make.
Sure.
It made a profit, like 30 million or something like that.
Mhm.
And I'm sure more over time over the rentals because it was a big rental thing. Um, but it wasn't, they didn't spend 100 million to make 1 billion. So
Yeah.
the movies today, everybody wants them to be the next big blockbuster that makes hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They're not happy with a $20 million movie making 50 million. That's not enough for some
Yeah.
reason nowadays.
Is it that tied to the money, or is it tied to the skill of the writers and the content itself?
It's both. I don't think the writers, because in my mind, every writer today is about the same quality level as She-Hulk
Mm,
TV series. I think they've all been dumbed down. They have no experience, in life, but they're
yeah.
given this, and the only thing they know about life is what they've read in books that are approved. So we get crap like She-Hulk or, the latest Marvel movies, which have no depth and no history on how they're made.
Mm,
So I think it's a bit of both, but I think definitely if it's not a big enough blockbuster, they don't want to do it anymore.
mm. Alright.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to watch, like, the highest grossing movies ever created with the lowest budgets and see
Well,
what the yeah, or other things like that too.
Alien.
Yeah. So it's like, it happened.
Yeah.
So
Well,
what's
it
up?
used to happen. It
Yeah.
used to happen, but then,
Yeah.
things change. I think Jurassic Park changed it.
As it continues on its
Kind of Jaws, I mean,
okay, job.
Star Wars and Jaws created the temple, the summer blockbuster,
Mhm.
but I think it really got pushed through when the first Jurassic Park came out, and then
Okay.
everybody tried to redo the Jurassic Park, and then of course, when did the first Iron Man came out in 2007,
Mm.
and then in 2007 everybody's been chasing that gold since then.
Mhm.
They've been chasing nothing but
Yeah.
blockbuster.
And Iron Man for what it was really a solid first.
The first was
Oh, yeah.
great.
Really good.
The first one is the comic book.
Mhm.
I mean, not the actual comic book story of his origin,
Yeah.
but it's great. It
Mhm.
feels like a comic, and I love it. I love the first one. Second one, and third one.
Well,
I always thought Robert Downey was a little bit overrated in the whole Marvel universe.
uh,
Yeah, but
well, to bring them back like they are, but that is another series of
yeah,
movies.
that's another series. We're talking
Amadeus.
about Amadeus, right?
That's right, we are. But we're talking about how everything sucks
So
compared to Amadeus.
tell me, what is it about? Tell me the story. Break it down. Give me the synopsis.
Oh gosh.
Short summary. Short.
Um,
Very easy. We even get a paragraph here.
we do.
Yeah. Now he's a talker, so he'll go on and talk about every minutia.
How dare he? You've seen him
It's
ramble too.
true.
You've
It's fine
seen
to
him.
ramble,
Yeah.
but if it comes to this, like with this is about Salieri and
Split screen.
split screen and
Aha! I did it. I see how it works.
he's confessing to a priest about about his sin.
Yeah, which is murdering
And the story,
Mozart.
it is about how he loathed the vulgar Amadeus.
Yes.
He was jealous of him, but he still uh, uh, was mesmerized and
Yes.
just in love with him.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a gay kind of way,
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah.
but
He dedicated himself to music. He had issues with his father about music, and he asked God, and he reached a certain level
well,
of
remember one time he even said that he promised God that he would be celibate if he made him a musician.
Mhm.
And then he sees this vulgar man come up
Yeah.
boy
Yeah.
come up and
Which his first thing is being vulgar with a woman. He catches them behind the table and
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, what really I think set him off was uh, um, he had a ingenue, the female opera singer.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Stay away from Mozart. You
Mhm.
know, he's trouble." And then she goes and she sleeps with him,
Mhm.
and that really pissed him off because he had been celibate
Yeah.
and he was looking at her. He was in love with her,
Mhm.
so he got butthurt on that one.
Yep.
And right,
Yep.
his shenanigans
Yep.
during the movie led to the downfall of Mozart because everything he did deceptively behind the scenes in order
Mhm.
to destroy
While
his
acting like
career
his friend,
until
ultimately plotting to kill him.
well, yeah, in a very roundabout way, but
Very roundabout.
drive him to death. And I mean, years later, he ends up in a insane asylum,
Mhm.
and that was some kind of like, what did he say at the end? He is the patron saint
Oh, of like the mediocre.
mediocre. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that
That was an interesting line. Yeah.
is yeah, because he was a mediocre composer. He knew it. He would never be as great as Mozart, and he
Yeah.
hated that, and he hated God for that.
Mhm.
And
Well, when he did all these trades and
spoilers.
chaos. Yeah.
But see, that only took like 2 or 3 minutes. What was about- We'd still be
I've
there.
done synopsis faster than
We
that.
wouldn't even be out of the first like
No,
three
the
minutes of the
problem
movie.
is that we weren't sure how to format it, so we thought a full sort of beginning to end timeline
We're
made
kind of on
sense.
the, we were looking at other reviewers, and they go through every. I'm gonna say the word again because it's nice. Minutia of a movie, every play by play, blow by blow.
Mhm.
And, oh my god, that's tedious.
Yeah.
You don't wanna see that because you can see the movie if you
Yeah.
wanna see that. Like,
You just need to know if
we're
we think it's shit or not.
about what we liked
Yeah.
and scenes that we loved. I mean, what was
Mm.
your favorite scene? Did you even have a favorite scene? Because there were so many different
Mm.
things in this that
I'm trying to think of my favorite scene. I think one of the strongest scenes is as Mozart is literally like, what is he? Okay, this part I wasn't fully sure. What was he dying from exactly?
well, I think it's a combination of exhaustion and
Okay,
pneumonia.
yeah, because I wasn't quite sure, but I thought that was a really crazy scene.
He had worked himself so hard
Yeah,
and drank so much
yeah,
that
on a project that hadn't paid yet.
yeah.
That was the other thing.
And finally he passes out, when when the opera is happening.
Mhm.
And I think
They rushed him to the room, yeah.
yeah.
So Larry goes with him.
Actually, yeah, he was the whole reason they rushed him there.
Hmm.
About
Yeah,
yeah, no, and that is a great scene at the end where he's helping him.
I thought it was a powerful scene. Because again, you want this man to die, but you're so. I think that's why I like when something thematically really is kind of the sun of someone's entire motivation. And that was hilarious. It was really music. And here was this entity with all these gifts and teaching him stuff because it was very teaching because this guy's in the bed, he's passing away, Mozart, and he's learning what's happening in this like opera. Oh, it's like this, and you do it like this.
He's getting his first glimpse of Mozart's in his bed, and the music's in his head,
Hmm.
and it was never in
Yeah.
Salieri's head.
Ooh, the other part that was really good before we make this too long. The part where he gets the transcripts of the opera Mozart's working on delivered by the wife and he reads it and he realizes it's all in a final draft form. You know how annoying I write. You know how annoying I think like I write in a final draft, but none of it's ready. It's all like, but not a mark or a error or a redo. It was all perfect from his head, beginning to end. And I think that's when he really hated him because there was no mistakes in anything he did.
Definitely no going back after that.
Hmm.
Once he saw that,
Yeah, because he could feel maybe I could catch up.
he was on a mission to make sure that his work, Mozart's work, never saw the light of day.
Yeah.
Never got anywhere.
Yeah. He also wanted a weakness in Mozart in terms of how he created music, some sort of element that maybe he could be better on or Mozart failed at. Nope. Mozart's perfect
Yeah.
at this music stuff.
Yeah. No. Yeah, there's so many good scenes. I mean,
Yeah.
the supporting characters like the king
Mhm.
of Vienna, Jeffrey Jones. uh, telling Mozart that there's only so many notes that an ear can hear in one night.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
It the supporting characters were just amazing. You have the
There's
other
no
couple
ballet in
was
opera.
yeah,
Why? That's the law you made. They're just dancing around. Oh, weird.
yeah. I mean, his wife, Mozart's wife,
Mhm.
she was great in it, and she was tragic.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole cast, I mean, everybody was strong.
Mhm.
The entire way through, and just a delight to watch. I mean, just so many good scenes. The patron saint of mediocrity.
That's a crazy line to end
Scenes
on.
at the end,
Mhm.
were just I can't praise this movie enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
So with that,
no, no, because you want to know why this got into. I'm from a place called Connersville, Indiana, originally.
okay.
A little small town of, under 20,000. It's a factory town. Middle of nowhere, not even a highway that went through. You had to drive maybe 10 miles to get to the highway. The only reason we probably knew about this is because at the same time, uh, Falco released a song called Rock Me Amadeus.
Oh.
And it was everywhere. And you know that song though, too. Rock Me
Mhm.
Amadeus, 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 Amadeus. Oh my God.
Maybe.
So in my mind, even though they weren't connected, I mean, probably just because, they this, the song was never connected to this, but in my young, teenage mind, they were.
Yeah.
So I never, every time this comes on, I think about this, and that song
Yeah,
was
it's all linked
probably what
together.
introduced us to to Amadeus, Rock
Mhm.
Me Amadeus. And I'm sure you've heard that song.
Probably.
It was big. It was massive back in, I think it came out in 84 or something like that. It was
Mm.
and yeah, Rock Me on the Day of Summer Kills. Oh, it's a pop there. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm. So what you can tell me is your score for the movie. What do you think?
Oh, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. I mean, I can't give it anything less.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That's your second 5?
this would be in my top 5 movies ever.
Mm.
Maybe top 10.
Wow.
But yeah, because I would watch this again easily,
Yeah.
easily without a second thought. So 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm just gonna get to a 5 out of 5.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't even think I gave Victor Victoria 5 out of 5. Maybe I gave it 4.5.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, I
Pop
don't. I don't haven't given anything 5 out of 5.
well, there you go.
So this is my 5 out of 5. Mhm. Yeah. And you?
I'm gonna give it a 4.
What do you give it a 4? Because you don't want to give it a 5?
No.
It's I had a boss that was like that. When they and during the
I have
she's like,
never been
"No, you have
that
to
type
give
of
it."
spiteful. No, no, no. It's just because as good as it is,
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
one, it's one of the longer ones, and then 2, it's still just not something that I would have been drawn to naturally. Like, I have to have a
A mentor, an
no,
alpha, the top.
not to watch this movie. I mean, it
It
went
it
down that
pushed you
way.
to it.
Yes, and I'm glad you did, and it's a fantastic movie for what it is, but I'm just like,
I'm
the
full
cl
pump.
we're not negotiating the scores yet.
You gave Victor Victoria full pump.
I really liked Victoria.
Sounds kinda gay.
It was the it was very gay. It was very gay. But that being said, I'm just not a like, most classical stuff I'm not drawn to. I don't watch any of, like, the old historicals, like, I'm just not, like, in that realm.
Story. Give me an example so I
Like
can make sure we watch.
like, any of the Queen Elizabeth stuff, I've avoided all that.
It's
Anything
like the 2000s. It's something early.
well, I don't know anything earlier. You can introduce me to more stuff you think is good. This was good.
Oh, I will.
But I'm just not gonna be like, "I want to see the fictional drama around Mozart and Antonio Salieri." Like, my brain would not be like, "Yeah." My brain's like, "Oh, okay." But it's good. It's very good for what it is. And you guys should watch it because I think it's fantastic. And
And what else should they do? Not only should you watch it, but you should like this video.
yeah, and comment and subscribe
Subscribe. Yeah.
and suggest. Maybe you guys can get me into this whole classical thing. Is there another, kinda
Or did they even
fictional
do you even like Amadeus? Because I'm sure there's somebody. I would like to actually, I want to know somebody who hates this movie. I would like to know
Yeah.
why they hate it.
Probably because the overall content's uninteresting to them. That's my guess because again, I write. So even if I don't like something content-wise, I can see what they did with it and how they wrote the characters, and all that's top notch. So,
But only a 4 out of 5.
yeah, because again, at the end of the day, 1 point's at least worth my overall interest in it as a whole.
Okay. You ready to close it in? You ready to get
Sure.
let's bag this? All right. So we're out of here.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Mhm.
You know, tell me I suck.
Yeah.
I don't. You know,
Be mad at me for hurting Don's feelings for not giving it a 4.5.
I was very sad. I mean, I like Victoria quite a bit, but I don't think it.
Again, it gets that extra point because the content overall I thought was more appealing, which happens. It happens. We all have our things. But this is a great, fantastic movie either way, and you should watch it.
Yep. And with that, we're gonna go out. And
That's right.
We're gonna continue to talk about the movie until we decide to stop.
That's right.
You know.
Have a good one.
Yeah. So, do you know the actor F. Murray Abraham? Do you know he was in Star Trek? He played one of the villains in the Star Trek Next Generation movies. One of the worst movies ever. The Insurrection. Oh my God! It was like they basically took an episode of Next Generation and they made it into a movie. And it's just as lame as you think it would be.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
I know.
Did you have a favorite Star Trek or Star Treks?
Oh, obviously, Leo's biographical.
Okay.
You can't, you know, that is.
Or TV series.
As for TV series, oh yeah, no, I was a big Voyager fan.
See,
I love
interesting.
Janeway.
You liked Voyager.
No.
I would think you would have hated Voyager.
No, I love Janeway, Chakotay, Seven of Nine, obviously. Yeah, no, Paris was okay.
Yeah.
B'Elanna was. See, I watched a lot of Voyager.
See, I'm surprised.
I've watched the series several.
I would have picked you for the original or like a Deep Space Nine.
No, I don't like Deep Space Nine.
Really?
I tried to go back and rewatch it. I don't think it has too much rewatch value.
Wow. Because my favorite is Voyager.
Yeah.
I love Voyager.
I think I like the setting. I think
Yeah.
I like the fact that Starfleet wasn't there. Because in Voyager, I mean, in Deep Space Nine,
I was stuck on the station.
station. That's okay. And then maybe I was a little butthurt because at the time, Babylon 5 came out. And Babylon 5, supposedly the rumor is that Deep Space Nine took the idea for Babylon 5 because, well, they both end up on a space station.
Yeah.
You know, blah, blah, blah. Totally different shows, though. And I was a big Babylon 5 fan.
Okay.
So maybe that might attain it, but there's good elements of Deep Space Nine, such as Louise Fletcher, who played, what's her name? She was always great, and they should have put her on there a lot more. She was one of my favorite actresses back in the day. I mean, yeah, no, I liked her quite a bit. And then Gul Dukat. He's a good actor. I can't. But anyway, Voyager.
Yeah. Voyager.
Good stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite. I love Voyager.
Well, it never really had, like the most amazing episodes ever. It had good, solid episodes to me.
Sorry, there was a meme I remember back when it was like kind of big in my generation where it was just multiple clips of how each commercial break ends on Janeway's face. So funny.
That makes sense.
It was always just that zoom in and it.
That makes sense.
Like, it was just so funny. But I loved how strong she was, and that it always encouraged all of her team to be more open with stuff around her. I would, because like even what's the Vulcan's name? Tuvok. There was a thing where she was like, her hands were tied based on, because it's always referring to whatever the way their standard operations of doing stuff. And the characters would like break the rules sometimes for her.
They have to.
They would like break it for her. So like, you can't do it, but we'll do it. Why'd you do that? And there was one time where Tuvok was like, pretty much like, I know you wanted to do this. You kind of like,
I had to do it for you.
I had to do it for you, and it's okay, and we'll do stuff. And I like that kind of thing where, because good leaders, you respect them and you kind of do stuff naturally for them.
Doctor. You know, even though he had some really lame episodes,
Wasn't there one where there was like multiples of him? Was he AI or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, no, he was the AI
Yeah, okay.
ship doctor,
Yeah.
the holographic doctor,
Mhm.
and he became, Lord Living. Although there really wasn't much of a difference between the beginning and ending.
It's been a
But,
long
yeah.
time. I should rewatch it.
He's supposedly going to be coming back too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And we're out of here.
That's right. I literally out of here.